Welcome to my inaugural movie making Monday. This is gonna be a working title for right now because I'm not sure if I like movie making Monday. I thought about Filmmaker Friday, but I don't feel like I want to post these on Friday. Filmmaker Monday sounded weird. So for right now, movie making Monday. I want to make this a segment where I can post quick tips and tutorials and how-to for shooting video on cameras and drones, sort of encompassing very different aspects and techniques of filmmaking. I won't be posting a new technique every Monday, but I'm definitely going to try to get a few of these out every month. Be sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss it. For this inaugural, I don't know why I air quoted that, but for this inaugural movie making Monday, we're going to be talking about the 180-degree shutter rule, or what is proper shutter speed for shooting video on DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras, drones. The golden rule, I'm going to stop air quoting. The golden rule for video footage is you want your shutter speed to be double your frame rate, and that's also called the 180-degree shutter angle rule. Now this goes back to old-timey film cameras that had a physical shutter that looked like this. It was essentially a circle cut in half, which is 180 degrees, and the shutter would do one full revolution per frame, which fractionally equates to your shutter being double your frame rate. Now this isn't just the standard because that's what they used, in yesteryear. It also most naturally mimics what you see with your naked eye. Am I gonna get demonetized for saying naked? Now you can test this out if you want to just step back from your monitor, wave your hand off to the side. Your eye is naturally going to see motion blur. As shutter speed goes up, your motion blur goes away. In my opinion, it starts looking less organic and a lot more digital. You see it's almost strobing, and it's jarring to the viewer because it's not what they see with the naked eye. Man, that's 3 nakeds, 4. So this video is in 24 frames per second, and I'm shooting at 148 speed shutter. You can see this motion blur here. It looks pretty natural, pretty normal, pretty organic. I'm going to up my shutter speed to 1/200th. I'm going to match my exposure over here with my ISO. If I keep my motions relatively small, you probably can't tell that much of a difference. But once the motion gets a little bit more exaggerated, you'll start seeing this doesn't look natural anymore. I notice you have 6 fingers on your left hand. Now I want to say that it's not wrong to shoot at a higher shutter speed. It's like taxes. Once you know the rules, you can start bending and breaking the rules. I personally shoot at a high shutter speed very sparingly. I keep it as a tool in my repertoire. It's something that I pull out for a very specific reason. Filmmakers strategically use high shutter speed when they need the audience to feel a little uneasy and they want things that feel very chaotic. And you'll see this used quite a bit in battle sequences, fight scenes, car chases. A lot of music videos will use a high shutter speed. Wow, that got dark fast. It's raining. So it boils down to there's 3 ways in camera to adjust your exposure, and that's your shutter speed, which we're talking about. There's your f-stop and your ISO, and I want to do a video about f-stop and ISO in the future, but what you should do is eliminate shutter speed as a means of adjusting exposure for your camera and focus strictly on ISO and f-stop for adjusting exposure. If you need a little bit more help getting that image dark enough, I would consider investing in some good ND filters. This is the quartz line from Polar Pro, which are really nice, and these just thread on or slide in front of your camera and essentially work as sunglasses for your lens. Every filmmaker should have a good set of ND filters. Link in description. So the last point I want to touch on, keep in mind the frame rate of the final project that you're going to be exporting. Your final project's going to be in let's say 24 frames per second, but you're shooting in 60 frames per second and you don't plan on slowing that down or using it for slow-mo, you're going to have that same strobing effect even if you're shooting at the proper shutter speed for that frame rate. Just a little something to keep in mind before you start shooting. Thank you for watching this first ever Movie Making Monday. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Movie Making Monday. And by all means, if you have any ideas or thoughts about future videos, please leave a suggestion in the comments. I'm gonna end with a bunch of shots of shutter speed comparison. See you in the next one.